Yo, what's going on, guys? Before this video gets started, I just want to say that Apex did extend their 90% off sale until Monday. So if you want to, use that code or use my link. It's in the description. Click that link and you can literally buy like a 25 or 50K account for like 15, 25 bucks. And if you guys are demo trading a lot, I think these are much better. You could probably buy like 5 of them if you want and practice in each one. And it's a little more real than demo. So it's just nice because you're technically paying 15 to 25 bucks for it, so it's fully not a demo account, even though it still is. And what's the worst that could happen? If you pass, you get funded, right? So if you want to try that, again, it's good practice until 5/2. They're having a 90% off sale. Just use the link in the description, type in save 90, and then you can buy that. So if you have any questions about it, just DM me and I can tell you how prop firms work. But they're pretty simple. It's just basically you're trading another demo account and they'll give you like login details and you try to get to the certain price, the profit target. So if you want to check that out, feel free. In today's video, I'm just going to be doing a review of the kind of morning session. So earlier, very, very sloppy delivery. So if we look at my index commentary, which I'll show you guys, very sloppy delivery this morning. Okay, if you look at my index commentary in Discord, the first post I had was, okay, I'm bullish off open, I see an SMT here. So immediately when I come to the charts, I see an SMT, and I had liquidity marked on NQ. I did not have any liquidity marked in ES because I was not, ES looked a lot weaker. But you can see right here, okay, I'm going to explain my thought process for this. Okay, this is important to note. So right here, I kind of knew where liquidity was, and I was kind of marking out some PD arrays. Okay, and this is the 15-minute. So we can obviously see right on the 15-minute here, we have what? Bullish SMT. Why? Okay, we make a lower low on ES, and we make a higher low on NQ. Okay, so basically just a higher low. So that's the bullish SMT. So that's what we had off this morning. Okay, and I always say, where's the target for the SMT? The target's always the high. And the high, if you zoom out to the entire time frame, the highest high in the higher time frame is going to be right here. Because if I go to like the 4 hour, it's going to be the most obvious high, right? You're not going to see all the individual highs like let me see. You're not going to see all these individual highs in the 4 hour. But anyways, this was my target. Again, it's the target's always the highest high after the S&P is created. And because this is the high in this price leg, this is why this is my target. And the reason why I was more interested in, okay, I think we hit buy side in ES rather than, or NQ rather than we hit this buy side, is because this is the one that made the lower low. So based off of that, NQ making the higher low, I thought that NQ was going to hit the target a little quicker, right? So I had buy side marked on NQ, not ES, and that's just because, okay, we make a higher low on ES, or on NQ, I mean, and this should hit the target. So I know a few people passed their funded accounts in chat. I ended up alerting a play, okay? The play alerted was this. I posted it to my Twitter. Basically what I alerted was this play right here. Okay, you can see my execution. And I used an inverse fair value gap, okay? This was the entry. So as soon as I saw us close above this with a momentum candle, okay, it was also this intermediate term high. And I always talk about, okay, if you see an intermediate term high inside a fair value gap and read close above the lot of displacement, okay, that's going to be a good long, because these intermediate term highs formed inside these fair value gaps, okay, these are very, very important. And when we break above this, that's your market structure shift. We get a lot of displacement breaking above this, and along the inverse fair value gap. So now that we're above this fair value gap, right, I want to see this act as support, and I know up above, right, there's equal highs. So there's 4 times equal highs right here. So this was basically the play, and this is what I learned in chat. I went light size in this. This is a demo account right now, but I took it on my funded. And my stop was, like, basically I just hit my stop under the inverse fair value gap. Obviously, I probably wouldn't have closed it unless we closed under. Right? If we wicked under, that's fine. But your stop is ideally closed under. So that was kind of what I was eyeing this morning, and that's the play alerted. Okay, and this morning, I didn't alert anything in this. I didn't really call much stuff. I kind of showed, okay, there's equal highs here. I'm expecting to hit them, but we didn't really get any displacement to long up into them until we got this. So that's another reason. Like, a lot of people sometimes will see this green candle and be like, oh, we're so close to these equal highs. Let me just full port to this, right? You should not full port unless you see a bounce off of PD array. There's no PD array to bounce off of, so I wasn't super confident we're going to hit these highs, but although I said we're probably going to hit them, I just didn't know when. So that was that. And then NQ, same thing. Like, we hit buy side, pretty textbook. As soon as you hit that buy side, we got a short setup. Okay, I would say this is the short setup, right? So you get the break of structure right here, right? Market structure shift. We know we hit buy side, we get the break of structure, right? And this is probably not something I would have shorted because there was, I believe, these highs. We just got so close. I thought we were gonna hit these highs, but it's really fine that we didn't. Again, my only target this morning was this really buy side, right? I didn't really care about this, but we got pretty close. It was like, we might hit it, so I didn't really short that. Right now, live time, it does look like we're forming low resistance liquidity for some sort of run up, and we are holding this kind of bear, like this order block combined with this fair value gap. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. There's obviously no entry, so again, just tape rating. There's no entry here, but that's kind of what I'm seeing now. And this is another example like of a low resistance liquidity setting up, right? It's a trend line. It's very algorithmic, right? The algorithms usually set these up to run stops and create liquidity. So that's that. And then NQ, same thing. NQ, here's along an NQ, right? If you look, it's in discount. Okay, it's in discount, and because there's an SMT here, I don't really care about these equal lows. Okay, although I know we're gonna come and hit them. I don't know when, but I just don't care about them because this was an SMT. So because this was a bullish SMT, didn't care about these lows. Simple as that. And we just, again, that's why I have a rule. I don't long with equal lows below, but when there's an SMT, I don't typically care about them. So we end up bouncing a discount on this fair value gap here, which is nice. NQ just beautiful. This move I was not expecting, right? I was expecting us to hold this order block and then go hit the high in NQ, which never happened. So we just dumped through, we hit this low, then we went back up. So I had the liquidity right, just timed it a little wrong, which is completely fine. And we actually created equal highs. So we actually ended up hitting the target, and then we created equal highs. And if you look at this, I said this. It's a 11:50 to 12:10 macro time. You should run it now. Okay, so notice how we had not hit it at this point yet. And look what happened. What time did we hit it? We hit it right at 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock we ran liquidity, or purge liquidity, right during that macro time. I did not expect to purge here because I was waiting for the macro time. And during those macro times, that's when we really purge liquidity. So just beautiful textbook play. And we purge it right at that time. And you can see I said booked right at, what time is this? 12:01. So macro times are also important as well. If you're not in my Discord, I did post a updated macro time. Let's see, I think I posted study. Updated macro times. Okay, these are good times. A lot of time liquidity gets run during them, so pay attention to them. If you want to go to my Discord and copy that, you can. But so far, nice move here. Like I said, because this is holding and we have low resistance liquidity, I thought we were going to get a bounce off this. So this is kind of my reasoning for this. ES is definitely the much weaker one at the moment. But yeah, so that was basically a review of today. Another thing I do want to say is this was also a inverse fair value gap as well. Okay, right? We closed beneath it. We got the 1 minute setup, which was combined with a BISI, right? BISI is just a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. It's just another word for bullish fair value gap. And we closed below it using an inverse, so, and then it helped us retrace the discount. So even if you don't know the bias here, right, you could have still shorted expecting, okay, if we went along, price is going to retrace here anyways, right? So that's just another thing. If you don't know the bias, just look for the midpoints of stuff, except instead of holding wait till sell side, especially if you're not sure. So Yeah, that's just a little reviewing today. Again, let me know if you have any questions about the Apex discount code. I'd strongly recommend using that before the Save 90, see how it goes away. So, yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys later, and peace.